Hello everybody and welcome to Story Time with Cryptic. That's what I'm going to call this now. Remember to like this because I'm going to do this like twice a month, maybe. I don't know. But today I'm going to tell you about the story of how I almost got in a fight. And this is a pretty lengthy story, so stick around. There might be birds in the background. Sorry about that. But let me begin. Okay, so it was like 2 weeks before school ended, and I am in a world history class. My last class of the day. It didn't really matter. I liked it a lot, so I had a pretty good grade in there, you know. So there's this kid. I'm gonna call him Tristan. He sits right next to me, and he's like stuck up a little bit. He thinks he knows it all, and you know, like one of those kids. He looks like the adult version of like Fred from Scooby-Doo. And he was like, I don't know how to describe him. He was just like needy. He thought that everything had too much gluten in it, you know, like that type of person. So basically, I was just talking to my other friend. His name was Wolfie or something. I'm not using his real name. I'm using a fake name. That way, no lawsuits, you know. But basically, I was talking to him. We were doing like sharing memes and stuff, and well, I didn't pay attention, and there was a speech that we had to pick our topics for, so I picked one, but I picked a number out of a box before we did it. I had a teacher, pretty cool. The teacher had a bird name. I liked that a lot. He liked games. I like games. We got along pretty well, so I didn't really have problems with anybody in that class besides him, Tristan. So basically, what happened was I picked number 7 and he picked number 8. And I looked at the board. I was like, okay, there's 2 I want: Space Race or the Berlin Wall. So number 6 goes. They pick Space Race. And then I said, I'm picking the Berlin Wall then. And when he calls me, so I picked Berlin Wall. Instantly, Tristan looks at me for about like a minute and a half. I said, is there something I could help you with? And he's like, yeah, I want it. And I was like, you want what? And he's like, I want your Berlin Wall thing. Let's trade. He did something like Russian communism or something. I didn't really care, so I was like, no, thank you. So he got pretty mad about this. He was like saying how he wants it a bunch. So I'm like, okay. Next day. The next day is oof. So next day, I walk into my school, and we have a convenience store like most schools do, but we only had it for one reason. We had it because we had vending machines that perfectly work, but another kid, he got arrested for this too, actually. He decided to Naruto punch the freaking vending machine until all the money came out, and now we don't have vending machines. Thanks, kid. So, anyways, they were standing at the convenience store, and they were just like talking, but I can hear them talking about me a lot. And then they said, are you gonna fight him? And this other kid was called Michael. Alright? It was like his other friend. He looked like he looked like always trashy. He always like had like the stench of cologne or something on him. I don't really know, but yeah, I just didn't like that kid. But anyways, so Tristan, he's like, yeah, I'm going to. And I hit him for 2 classes, 1st and 7th. And first class was English. He was staring at me the whole time. We read a book, so I didn't really care about that. But then came 7th. Now, directly in front of me, he kept talking like crap about me. And I just shrugged it off. I didn't really care about that. And then one of my friends says that he's going to fight you. And that was, Michael was saying that. So then I said, oh, is that so? But I knew this already. And it's like, and then he's like, sorry, I mixed up my words. Tristan. I was like, yeah, I'm going to. Like, and I told him that we don't need to get in a fight over a stupid debate, a stupid speech, the end of the year. Just let it go. Just do your thing on whatever you're doing. And then he kept talking. I didn't really care. I just stopped paying attention. Another thing you need to know, I'm in a resource room, and basically what that means, it's like for kids who need extra time or whatever, and I really didn't need it. I was put in there by the state because I have ADD, and apparently that's such a problem. So, basically, I was put in there, and I had a meeting to get on a regular diploma, and take some advanced classes. So I had a few teachers meet me in the was gonna meet me in the room that day at 7th. So I got out of that class pretty early. So I go to all my classes, but this was gonna be the next day. So when it started, same things happened again, but this time was a little different. I went to my PE class, and it was like one of these days where I didn't really care about anything that was going to go on. So basically, I was just going to go in there, I was going to play some dodgeball, I was going to be a little more happier about my day. But no. That's too simple for Tristan, you know. He had to go tell on me that I said, oh, get this, bad words to a counselor. And the counselor called me in, well, not called me in, but came down to the PE place, which was kind of weird, and then pulled me aside and talked to me about it. And I asked who was telling, and she said she wasn't able to know, but I know it's Tristan. So, I don't care what he did. It didn't really matter to me, but he kept talking. So eventually, what it led to was I hit his jacket out of his hand, and he was mad about that. Like, it was his coat, and he looked like he was like either about to cry or he's really pissed off. His face got like bright red when I did that, and I was like, oof, it's either gonna go down or he's just gonna walk. So basically that happened, and this was the last day before we had the big project. So anyways, I had to get called in there to that room for that meeting for my stuff that I explained. But I get called in by the MC, which was like the detention lady. I'm not going to use her real name, but rumor was she was a cop. So I don't know. But anyways, what happened was she said that I was, and she directly said this, that Tristan reported me. She directly told me who reported this. And he said that I said bunch of bad words to him, that I have a weapon on school grounds. And it wasn't uncommon for kids to have weapons. I never brought mine because I'm not stupid, and I mostly went to city schools until I got kicked out. So, basically, like I said, I didn't have knives, and she says, well, we're gonna have to search your bags. So that happened for about 2 days. But that's further into the story a little bit. But anyways, it was the time for the meeting, and I got pulled out of biology for this. I wasn't pretty happy about that. But then, I had to go to this meeting. So he tries to get any remarks he can in. And then I get pulled out a second time from the MC. And she says, okay, we're going to have to escort you out of the building when the bell rings. And I told her I have a meeting. She's like, okay, I'll go to that meeting with you and escort you out. So basically what happened was I did the whole meeting. My world history teacher was in there because I was going into his advanced class, which is going to be this year, next month. But I was going to go to the advanced classes, and I'm pretty sure Tristan's going to be left behind, honestly. He never really did his work. But anyways, okay. Gosh, I'm trying to find my words. Tristan just didn't pay attention. It was an on and off with him. Like, half the class he was on Snapchat, the other half he was on YouTube, alright? That's the type of kid that's the type of kid he was. So I get called out again, and I wasn't happy about this. I had to do my work. I was falling a little bit behind, but didn't matter. So I went to this meeting, and they recorded, like I think Michael recorded it, and Tristan shared it around. But they said, "Look at the little snitch," and posted my name. I didn't go tell the principal. I didn't tell no one about this, but it went around the school, kind of like wildfire to some people. And I went and I told him I am not a snitch, but he had the nerve to have a bunch of people stand and say I'm going to go fight that day when I had to get escorted out. And he knew that I had to get escorted out because he was the one who told. And I didn't like that, So I kept walking, but I walked slowly. And the MC was kind of looking behind her a little bit. I don't know why, but so whenever she turned her head, he either spit at my feet or made a face or something like that. And there's just 2-3 people recording, and I'm like, and I'm just like, ooh, I really wanted to get him, but I had 2 strikes at that school. 3 strikes, you're expelled. I didn't want that. It was a week before, and I'm not going to fight over a dumb topic like that. But this kid was trying so hard to get me to. So basically, what happened was, I told him to shut his effing mouth. Sorry, YouTube. And the MC looked at me so shocked that I said that, and I said, well, if he's going to have the nerve to spit at my shoes, then he's going to have the nerve to listen to what I got to say. And he says, and she's shocked and stuff, so get to your bus. And I'm like, okay, I'll get to my bus. And then she just walked away, to the building, to the window, to watch me for some reason. I don't know why, maybe experiment, whatever, I don't really care. But then, he said, I told him he doesn't have to be a snitch about everything and tell on me, that way he thinks he's going to win. I was like, that, and he says, oh, I'm the snitch? And he pulls up his Snapchat and shows me the video he recorded. And I said, what do you call this? And I said, I call it invasion of privacy. And then, I just walked away. I just didn't even talk to him. I didn't have really much time to do my speech when it finally came up to that. I got 40 minutes in and 1 episode of Drunk History. That's all I got. So I did it. I got 2 things wrong, and he kept making remarks every single day for the rest of the year. He flipped me off from his mom's a Saturn car, and it was just not really funny, not really good. I didn't really mind that. So basically that's how I almost got into a fight. Like and subscribe if you would. If you want to see me do more of these, comment story time. Alright? And that's going to do it for here. Peace.